I have a new obsession, which is Masterchef. I just love binge watching it during work even. And they were making lava cakes the other day. And they got around, I believe it was 45 minutes to make 2 or 3 lava cakes. And I thought, we can do it quicker. So a lava cake or molten, what's the difference between lava cake and a molten? I'm going to look it up real quick. I'm not sure, but we're making a chocolate lava cake or chocolate fondant cake or molten lava cake with a gooey chocolatey center. Now we're using actual chocolate for this recipe, so not cocoa powder. And you basically underbake your cakes, and when you cut it open, the inside slides, oozes out, and it's amazing. It's still safe to eat because you still bake the flour and the eggs. You just don't bake it long enough for everything to set. So we're starting out with preheating the oven. I'm not sure if they have to do that themselves in Masterchef or if the oven is already hot, because that pretty much takes the longest for this whole recipe. So preheat your oven to, let's check, 200 degrees Celsius. Not sure what it is in Fahrenheit, but I'll let you know somewhere over here. So our next step is whisking our eggs, sugar and vanilla until your eggs are very fluffy and has doubled in volume. And we're also melting the chocolate and the butter au bain-marie, which means like a double boiler. You'll just add a layer of water in your pan and then you add another pan on top. Make sure that it doesn't touch the water because then it heats up too fast and your chocolate can separate, so you don't want that. I'm not going to show you the entire process because it's very noisy, but I am going to mark down the time. It's 12:30 exactly, so let's see how long we take to get this one done. So we have 2 eggs, 25 grams of sugar and a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and we're going to whisk this up. Come on. Yes, until very light pale yellow and very fluffy. In the meantime, I'm experiencing a very annoying problem. We're out of batteries, so I have one. I found one, so I'm going to try if it works with only replacing one battery. Crap, this isn't going to work. Okay, so I'm going to have to wing it, which it's not the best for baking, let's just say that. So I could get the scale to work for now. Let's keep on going. We only need to weigh out our flour, so I'm going to do that quickly to make sure we have the right amount. So I am going to melt the chocolate and the butter while the eggs are whisking. It worked, yes. As you can hear, the eggs are whisking. I am going to grease my ramekin with butter, and then I'm going to dust it with sugar and not cocoa because I prefer sugar. And that's because cocoa can get a little bit bitter. I hope you can hear me, by the way, but if not, I'll do a voiceover. So my eggs are super fluffy and pale yellow, and my chocolate is room temperature. You don't want your chocolate to be hot when you add them to your eggs because then you'll get scrambled eggs. So I'm going to add them now and then whisk it all together again. Final step, adding in our flour. You might have noticed we didn't add any baking powder. That's because you don't really want your chocolate to rise because the center stays gooey anyway. I've added the flour, now I'm going to just mix it gently. You don't want to overstir, so you mix until all the flour is just combined, because if you overmix, you'll create gluten and you don't want that in your cakes. Final step. Let's pour this into our ramekins and then we bake. Our oven has preheated, so that's great. Okay. Let's pop these in the oven. Okay, my oven does this weird thing and it says it's hot. I preheated it to 200 degrees Celsius, but my thermometer inside the oven says it's only 160. So let's wait a little bit more. They bake for 16 minutes. So including the 16 minutes baking time, we are almost coming up to 45 minutes. So Masterchef is not, they're not wrong. But my oven is very annoying because it takes very long to preheat, and when it's hot, it overheats, so it's hotter than the temperature that I set it on, so I always need to check my oven very well. And I don't think they have to do that with MasterChef, but they're in the oven, they're baking. Let's come back in 16 minutes. 16 minutes are up. Ooh, looks good. Let's get them out. Now for the scary part, we need to get this one out in one piece. So I'm going to place my knife in the ramekin, as close to the ramekin as possible, so that I don't tear it. And then put my plate on top and then turn it over. I already placed my camera on my tripod so that I can make a photo immediately, because we need to work fast, because it is cooking after you pull it out of the oven. So I hope you can see what I'm doing here. Get a kitchen towel because it's very hot, and then scrape alongside to make sure everything is loose and nothing is sticking. Hot, hot, hot. Place your plate on top, and then turn it over. And now let's hope it comes out in one piece and it doesn't break or tear or whatever. Yes! And here they both are, looking perfect. So as you can see, it looks pretty gooey on top. Focus, please. Come on, you can do it. Yes, it's now in focus. So that's a great indication of what it will look like, and that it is gooey on the inside. Same with this one. Yeah, let's get it open. Not going to lie, this is a stressful dessert to make because you want to get it out in one piece, so it needs to be baked precisely the right amount of time, because if it's baked too long, yes, it will come out, but it's not gooey, it's not oozing chocolate. If you baked it too short, it won't come out in one piece. It is very gooey, very chocolatey, still very good, but it will just crumble once you pull off the ramekin. So it's pretty stressful, and also it's stressful if you want to take a photo of it because it's still warm, and it needs to be, because you don't want to let it cook any further due to residual heat, so you can't let it sit. You need to photograph it right away, and if you put some ice cream on top, it will melt, so everything kind of collapses, so you need to work fast. Yeah, but the end result is delicious, and if you just, you know, do what I did, don't fill your ramekins to the top. 16 minutes, 16, I don't know, did I say 20 before? It's 16 minutes. Scrape your knife around the edges, place it on top of your plate, pull your ramekin off. It's not that hard, right? So this one was a little bit longer in the ramekin, and you can see it has cooked a little bit more. So that's why I said be quick. And this one was perfect, and I used for my photograph, placed an ice cream scoop on top, but that has melted off completely. But it was very, very gooey and delicious. So I'm not sure if I mentioned all of the ingredients, but I'll place them in the description box below. And yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed them. If you make them, let me know, because I always love hearing what you think of the recipes and how you get along, and if the video actually helped. And if you like the video, then please consider liking and subscribing, and then I'll see you guys next week.